Hello, this is Dan Farisi, Group Director of Content and Editorial, Industrial and Tech at Emerald. So happy to be joined today by Anthony Berry, who is Sales Support Engineer, Installed Sound with Genelec. Topic of conversation is, of course, AV over IP, aligning with our AV over IP deep dive, which will be all over commercialintegrator.com now during the first part of August. It's also our print feature in our July-August issue. Make sure to check it out because AV over IP is, of course, one of the dominant market stories in AV today, and Genelec is right there at the forefront as a leader. So thank you, Anthony, for joining me today. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
So why don't we start with some of the trends that you are seeing? As I said, Genelec, known category leader. What are you seeing in the trenches that is kind of helping you shape your understanding of where AV over IP is today and where it's going to be going in the near future?
Yeah, so I guess the industry as a general, we've seen a huge adoption of IP technology, both audio and video coming onto networks. Clients are more acceptable to have AV products on their own network, and integrators have skilled up in the networking side of things. So more and more to have a fully network-based solution is just where the industry is going, and we see it growing and growing and faster in installations around the world.
Yeah, it is absolutely growing faster and faster, and I agree with you. Integrators are leveling up their IP knowledge. They're becoming more confident, more comfortable, and as a result, we're continuing to see a democratization of these AV over IP systems. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what Genelec is doing to lean into the trends that you're seeing, to lean into the opportunity? You're already enjoying great success in the AV over IP category, but how are you just trying to push the pedal to the metal and do even more?
Yeah, so we started with the IP in 2017. We made our first product, and then our official launch of the Smart IP in 2019. Since then, we've expanded our range to not only the on-wall speakers, but we also brought out the ceiling and the pendant speakers, and then backed that up in 2023, I believe, with the 3440, the bass unit that's also PoE, full Dante AES67. So we're trying to make sure that for whatever your system requirement is, that we have a product that will meet that solution. And then also now what we're doing is making our control and management open. So we've got partnerships with QSC and with Crestron, AMX, Lightware, a whole heap of third-party control platforms where you can directly control our speakers. And then the latest thing that we've released is a new update of our control app. So for more simplified systems where you just need audio control, then you can have the app in an Android or an iPhone and control your whole audio system. So that's kind of what we're just building on that product range.
It's really, really exciting stuff. And I have to say, I love what you said about the partnerships that you have struck, that you play well with others, so to speak, whether it's AMX, whether it's Crestron. I think a lot of times in the industry, at least in the past, people have kind of wanted to own everything. They wanted to have their own kind of little walled garden. And it's really refreshing and nice to see you being partnership forward. And I think that's going to lead to the best possible installed outcomes for your clients, right? Because it's not all Genelec. You have an incredibly important role to play, but you play well with others too.
Yeah, exactly. And we see that even within the audio world, that our product might suit a particular room and then they need a different audio solution in other rooms. So to be able to have that standardized Dante, to be able to choose what DSP, what control you need, we're part of a system and we want that interoperability to work really well so you can choose what you need to make sure your client gets the right solution and the best solution.
So what do you have your eye on over the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years as AV over IP continues to democratize, continues to become even more ubiquitous? Is there a North Star you have your eye on or opportunity that you think is almost right at our fingertips right now?
So that's a bit of a hard one. We're looking to increase our product range, of course. There's things that we have in development that I can't really talk about now, but hopefully we'll be able to release some products in the future that just, really put the icing on the cake, so you have a full, even more complete range for our integrators. We'll continue to update and work with our software for our management and tuning of our software. And what we've seen is we've had great success in the Nordics, and we're going to be focusing on just bringing that success to the rest of the world to show people what they can do and what solutions and what they can get out of the system, how they can use it to the most beneficial way for their end customer.
It's exciting to hear. I mean, no doubt about it. You've had fantastic success for years in the Nordics, and to see that continue to expand globally, worldwide, including in the North American market, that is exciting to see. And I can't wait to continue to see it unfurl. And I can't blame you for not giving me the secrets of everything. You can never share your secrets with the journalist, right? Some stuff has to stay private until you're ready to announce it. And I'm probably not the guy as a journalist to share the secrets with. But thank you so much for joining me and giving us a heads up about all the great stuff coming down the pipeline from Genelec, your continuing category leadership, and the bold vision you have to take that Nordics expertise, that Nordics position you have, and spread it across the entire globe.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes. Thank you again for joining me, Anthony. It's wonderful always to connect with you, sales support engineer, installed sound with Genelec. My name is Dan Farisi, Group Director of Content and Editorial, Industrial and Tech at Emerald. Please do keep your eyes on commercialintegrator.com in the days and weeks ahead as we continue to roll out our AV over IP deep dive, both in print and online, with category leaders like Genelec. Again, Anthony, thank you for being here, and we'll talk soon.